And we are very fortunate also to have someone as a co-chair of the Senate Task Force here who understands and knows all too well the hurdles that law enforcement can face when they try to deal with the scourge of heroin on our streets. So it is my great pleasure to now introduce co-chair of the Senate Task Force, Senator Fred Akshar.
Thank you very much, Senator Amador. As I say often, this is a community issue that requires a community's response. So first, allow me to say thank you to the community-based providers, the people who are on the front lines every single day. Thank you for everything that you do. I have the greatest admiration for the work that you want to do on a daily basis. Majority Leader Flanagan, thank you for your leadership and your commitment on this particular issue and allowing this to remain at the forefront of the Majority Conference's priorities. This is a real-life issue. This is a quality-of-life issue that affects so many New Yorkers, regardless of where you live, and the Majority Conference remains committed to it, and we remain leaders in dealing with this. My co-chairs, the greatest honor since being elected is serving in this particular role as a co-chair of the Senate's Task Force on Heroin and Opioid Addiction. I'm proud of the progress that we made last year. I think we made great strides. However, we're still losing people at an alarming rate. We continue to lose a generation of people, so that sends a very clear message that we have additional work to do. I would respectfully offer that this is the most pervasive issue that our communities are facing, whether you're in the North Country or in Western New York, you're in New York City or in Binghamton. And this is personal to me. It truly is. As a former member of law enforcement, I spent too much time looking into the eyes of parents who were weeping and crying because they lost their loved ones. And as you well know, I spent plenty of time working in an undercover capacity, trying to deal with these particular issues and focus my energy and attention on enforcement with a great team of people who are committed to this. And we have taken a multifaceted approach. We have dealt with prevention, education, treatment, and recovery. We passed one of the most comprehensive packages of bills last year, but I stand here at this podium today extremely disappointed because the Assembly only took up half of those. And we can have this discussion about criminal justice reform. We can have this discussion about overpopulation in prisons. We can have those discussions. But for some reason, any piece of legislation that carries an enhanced penalty for dealing drugs doesn't gather the attention of the Assembly. And that is crazy, that is irresponsible, and it's unacceptable. Protecting our communities from this opioid addiction is not a partisan issue. You've all heard me say that many times. There is no time to play politics while young people across our great state are dying. I would offer that we should be acting together, and we should be acting now. Senator Flanagan spoke about the record investment. I think that's great, but we do have, in fact, a series of bills that will hold people accountable. And we need leaders in the Assembly to wake up. I'm going to say it again. The people in the other house need to wake up and recognize that this is an incredibly big issue that requires action. They need to do their part in driving drug dealers out of our communities, make access to poison harder, not easier. Our constituents depend on us. Patty, you depend on us to get these things accomplished. And so today, in conclusion, I make my position very clear that I am challenging the Assembly to put people before politics.